Hello, dear tutor and partners. My name is Paola Sarmiento, and this is my first video for the course English Conversation. I would like to start with my personal presentation. I am from Barranca Bermeja, Santander, but I currently live in Bogota, where I work as an English teacher in an elementary school, and I also work as a musician. I am a singer and a woodwind player. So, about my experience in English, in my English learning process, I started when I was 12 years old, and I remember that I used to watch a lot of movies and series in English with subtitles. I had this one channel, HBO, I remember, that repeated the movies over and over again with subtitles, and I used to watch it a lot. So I realized one day that I started pick up some ideas and some phrases from the movies, and I started to practice. Also, when I listened to music in English too, and when I realized some years later that I was getting good in my learning process, I asked my parents to get me into an academy, an institution, and they bought me a course where I learned how to read and write and my very first basis on grammar. It was okay, but other than that, I didn't had, and before the university, any other kind of formal studies until I get to UNET. And from there, ever since, I have been practicing and trying to improve my English level. But about the speaking part, I consider myself self-taught. I did it in an empirical way, and the strategies I used personally were getting to the culture by immersing myself into the culture of the English with movies, with music, with videos, and with programs, TV programs especially, and the internet. After that, I didn't have the experience of living abroad or travel to another country. I didn't have any native speaker experience with anybody. So I pretty much did it by myself and trying to pick up as much as I could from things I used to watch. So in my case, that strategy worked. Now, obviously, I'm improving as much as I can with the tools the university is giving me, but I still practice with myself. I still encourage myself to get into the social culture and immersion through movies and series. So, talking about strategies, personally, I believe that there are many strategies you can use, but relating it with the test, the epilogue we had to read from here to there, the strategies that I liked the most or I felt more identified with was the individualized study plans. I think that strategy, especially, gives the learner the chance to design with the teacher or by itself, design an individual plan, a study plan based on the specific learning needs and the specific learning styles that the student has. So I think it's very important that you have an individual plan for yourself if you have the chance to do it, and that will get you to a higher level of proficiency in the speaking skill. Also, the cross-cultural observations, which I actually did as much as I could during these past years, and something that I was noticing in the test is that they mentioned some studies that have been done that it was not necessarily for some students to live outside of the country, to live in a foreign country, or to have a direct observation into the culture, to get the benefits of the social cultural observation, but also doing it with different mediums. So you don't necessarily have to live abroad in order to improve your skilled level. Like in my case, I haven't done it yet. I hope I can do it in the future, but so far I haven't been able to improve it without it. So cross-cultural observation is another very good strategies. We also have contact with native speakers, which is, in my opinion, very effective in order for you to practice in real-time conversations and real context conservation, also doing it under pressure, make yourself being understandable uh, with native speakers that do not understand your mother tongue, and the chance to practice with native speakers is a very effective strategy. Also, we have formal language use, which are the moments when you actually have the chance to put into practice your speaking level, like informal activities, whether it's translations techniques or being in a conference, being in a lecture, or writing academic papers. So the formal language use is very important also. Other people use high level courses as well, and it's not very common here in Colombia to have these high level courses. Usually you get to a basic, intermediate, and maybe some advanced levels, but getting to high level courses could be very, very good, and can be very, very good to improve your proficiency and the speaking skills to make it higher. And finally, maybe I would like to talk about assessments. I didn't have much of assessment until now in my speaking process, improving development, but I consider now that it is important to have assessment in order to recognize what are things you need to improve, to find your needs, to apply all of the techniques and the strategies to your specifically learning styles. So I think the test was very interesting. I'm very excited about trying to use as much as I can of these strategies to improve my own English skills and take my own development to a higher level. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you next time.